Hi guys. Okay, so today I'm going to I'm going to talk to you guys about the Air Force, the military. Uh so we got okay, we basically got our time. Um so my fiance, soon to be husband, 4 days, yay. He got told the date that he's leaving. He okay, so you know, they said after MEPS he went like 2 weeks ago, or like a week and a half ago at this point, and they said like, oh, in a week we're gonna tell you. It took a little longer than a week, so I was feeling extra anxious, so they kind of like messed with me there. And actually he got the second job on his list, so just because they put two of the jobs that they want you to have on the list doesn't mean you're going to get them. So basically he had scored an 85 on his ASVAB, and that's incredible, that's great, he did really good. But the thing is that they wanted him to pick a job that was higher in scores. He was choosing jobs in like 65s up to like 75s, and I think cyber transport is 75, no, 70. So it's high. It was a higher one on his list because I remember saying it was like 15 points away from his score. So yes, he got cyber transport. He's very happy about that. It's just computery, so that's good. What is that? Okay, it is. Okay, a little bit better. Okay, so he got cyber transport. Like all in the same day, they told him he got cyber transport, and they told him the day he's leaving for basic training. So his basic training starts April 21st, like that's the day he leaves. And he told his bosses already. His bosses gave him, like, they said, okay, we'll cut you off like 2 weeks before you have to go. So that's really cool. And because he's going on the 21st, I will be going to New York probably like the 15th or 16th, really depending. So 2 weeks before then, on like March 26th, I will put in my 2 weeks notice, because that gives me like a week to kind of put stuff together. I mean, we don't really have a lot of stuff to pack. Plus, I'm not taking everything with me. I'm just taking Elsa with me, my clothing, blankets, pillows, that stuff. Like her stuff that she's got. I don't really know if there's anything else I'm taking with me. Sorry if I sound a little congested. I kind of am. I know that we gotta kind of like, I want to downsize both of our closets, like the junk that's in them. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that's in our closets that we're not taking because a lot of the stuff in our closets isn't ours. So, now I'm hearing recently about this. So on Facebook, a friend of mine, she's an Army wife. She met her husband in high school. Like, both of them were good friends of mine. They got married, and so they got married at the courthouse like a week before he got shipped off. And then he got shipped off, went to basic, so on and so forth. And basically what happened there was, so they're doing good. They're great. I think right now they're in Washington. And I've seen on the group chat, like there's a Facebook page for military wives, military spouses. And I was reading it, and I've seen like in the past week a lot of people are moving and stuff, so this seems kind of like, I don't know if this is all based off of like you're getting shipped off at certain times, but it's weird. So people are like, April seems to be a big movement time, because I see a lot of people saying like, oh, we're moving in April, moving in March, stuff like that. So I've seen, I don't know if it's just the Army that does it or if the Air Force, because they don't say what branch their spouse is from, or spouse is in. So I don't know if it's just Army that's doing it, but apparently the military pays for movers, and basically the movers come in, they pack up your stuff, they pack it up right, like you got plates, they pack it up with bubble wrap and like wrapping paper, not wrapping paper like gift wrap, but like a stupid brown paper. So they wrap it up like that. All my stuff up there is my wedding stuff. I actually got one more thing to show you guys that I worked on. Oh, my eye hurts. Okay, so I don't know if that like also goes into the Air Force. I will definitely be checking that out. But I know that basically what's gonna happen, and this kind of sucks because I'm pretty sure my stepmom and dad are planning like a little engagement party or whatever, like a wedding party for Ez and I. But so what we're gonna do, I don't like driving in Philadelphia at all, and that's where we are. And we're not in the city, we're kind of in the suburb area of the city. And I think we're like north or south, north-south Philly, I don't know. I think it's North Philly. And but it's not Sheltingham, so it's not like you're not in a town. That's right outside of Philly. It's where Lil Dicky grew up. Okay, so basically what's gonna happen with me is I leave on the 15th or 16th. I've got all the stuff in the car, but the thing is they're gonna drive me, Ez and his dad, so that Ez has a way to get back home. Ez and his dad are gonna drive me out of Philadelphia, like on the outskirts. So, and I'll drive the rest of the way to New York. Excuse me, I just burped. That's really gross. Tastes like ginger ale. I had like a little cup of ginger ale. Because I refuse to drive in Philadelphia. I mean, driving here, like to my work, that's fine. But the way to get out of Philadelphia from our house, like to get to New York, I don't want to do that because that's very busy. Highways are fine. I'm used to highways. So once I get like out of Philadelphia, I can drive the rest of the way. I'll end up calling my dad or something, or talking to Ez. Probably just talk to Dad, because driving makes me anxious. I'm an anxious driver. But at least I'm going to a small town where driving's not going to make me so anxious. Let's see. Oh, and back to that moving thing, the movers. We won't know about that until, like, I think we're going to use the first free move or whatever, which, that's another thing. I've been told a lot of different things, and I know that we'll find out, like, as it goes. So, I've heard that the first move is free. Or, like, you get to choose one move to be free. And then another time I heard that all moves are, like, paid for. Like, they'll pay you back for it. Like, you pay for it, and then they'll pay you back whatever you paid for it. Like the military. So I've heard that, and then I also heard that, like, I guess free moving, and they send in movers and stuff to help you. So I don't exactly know what's true, what's not. I really, really, really wish I had brought my paper. I don't know where it is. Or my phone. I'm using my phone. So I'm gonna try to remember off the top of my head the places, like, so what's gonna happen is Ez has to, after we get married on Sunday, you know, we have to pay the pastor, obviously. Apparently our pastor just got a $301 ticket. $1. Okay. Ooh, ouchies. So basically, I'm uncomfortable. There's so many jeans in this chair. Holy goodness. Off track. Okay, so the places that we chose, / I chose, with Ez's help, obviously, like, I'd say a state and he'd agree on it or he'd disagree, like, oh, it's too cold there. So we were talking about the Dakotas, like North Dakota and South Dakota, and he's a little on the fence there because he isn't a cold person. He isn't a warm person either, and he's going to San Antonio, Texas for his basic. Oh, and then he's going to Mississippi for his technical training. So I'm proud of him. He's going to, I forgot the name of the base. I'll have to tell you guys next time because I completely forgot. It was in my text, so next time I'll write it down. Usually I'm pretty organized and I write it down, but today not so much. I just wanted to get this video out with the information before I forgot it all. I know it's kind of hard to forget, but I'm a forgetful Nelly. Oh, ouchies. So basically we chose, like, him and I together, we're not very picky on what states we get, honestly. We are kind of just like, we're like, okay, well, we don't want to be in Pennsylvania, we don't want to be in New Jersey, so we chose as far away pretty much. And we don't want to be in New York, which I don't think there is one in New York, but my father's girlfriend said there is, even though there isn't. I'm sure it's an army base, not a Air Force base, even though some army bases and Air Force bases are joint bases. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them here in the U.S. that are joint bases. I'm sure out of the U.S., like, the like other countries, I'm sure there's probably like a joint base in Asia or something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked at the bases out of the country. So we chose, I'll have a list of the names next time, like the names of the bases. We chose North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Tennessee. I'm not going to put the Dakotas because I know that he's a little anxious about the cold, but those are all warm states, so that's good. And both of us are doing, like, both of us will have jobs that are inside. Like, I'm glad he's got a technical job and not like physical job. My baby's smart. He's not a strong boy, so that's fine. Like, that, I love him for that. I love him for everything. Okay, so we got South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, Tennessee. I know there was another. Washington. So we got 5 there. And we did have the Carolinas on there. We had North Carolina and South Carolina. But I'm taking those off because I know he doesn't like the cold as much. I'm okay with the cold, even though I'm anemic and I get cold really easily. But I know that he's not a fan of the cold. Like, he always complains about it. And let me close the door. Actually, let me grab this, because this also has the names of the bases. I'm pretty sure I can find it. Okay, so I am back. Were you making the dogs bark, else? I'll let my cat in. Okay, so here is the shadow box I made. Okay, so it says love. Okay, first it says Estra, Serena, Diaz. It says love and always, which I think today I'm gonna try to fix always, because always is a little off kilter. Hold on, let me go grab my cat. Come on, one chance. It's in this drawer. Okay. Tricking my cat to come into the room. It's like an everyday task. Okay. Those are the nursing jobs. I'm really good at finding information. I'll tell you guys in a moment about what I'm deciding to do with my nursing. This is also just so happens to be my recipe book. Okay, Air Force bases that we chose. We chose Sumter, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, we also chose Colorado. I forgot about that. We chose Colorado Springs, Colorado. Abilene, Texas, which is called... Okay, hold on. So the one in Sumter, Carolina, South Carolina, is Shaw Air Force Base. The one in Charleston, South Carolina, it's a joint base with the Army. It is called Joint Base Charleston. The Colorado Springs, Colorado there's two of them. There's Schriever Air Force Base, and then there's also Peterson Air Force Base. Abilene, Texas is Dyess Air Force Base. Denver, Colorado / Aurora, Colorado is called Buckley Air Force Base. That's one of the ones we chose. Like, all the ones that I'm listing here are ones that we have chosen, like the bases that we'd be okay being sent to. Obviously, we might not get what we choose. That's fine. Where I got Elvin, where I got Denver. Okay, Macon, Georgia. It's called Robbins Air Force Base. Valdosta. Oh yeah, we chose Georgia too. Valdosta, Georgia, called Moody Air Force Base, which Moody, Schriever, and Shaw are the three that I see are the most like common. Like, if you go on YouTube, those are the most common Air Force bases, like, that I see, like, that people are living at, that people make videos. Goldsboro, North Carolina, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Del Rio, Texas, Laughlin Air Force Base. San Angelo, Texas, or Goodfellow Air Force Base, that's another one. San Antonio, Texas, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph for San Antonio. Wichita Falls, which I kind of want to go to. Wichita Falls, Texas is Shepherd Air Force Base. It's increasingly getting brighter in here. That's okay. Tullahoma, Tennessee. And I didn't write the ones down for Washington. Tullahoma, Tennessee was Arnold Air Force Base. And I'll put that there. Unless there's anything else. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you the nursing ones I decided. There's people attending the wedding. This book is literally like everything to me. Okay, and these are the Florida ones, but I'm not going to let him choose Florida because I don't want to go to Florida. I gotta update this. I got 2 new recipes. Okay, so I gotta add the Washington ones to the Air Force Base. I'm gonna cross out Florida because I do not want to go to Florida. As much as I love Florida, like, I do love Florida. I've been there many times. But the thing is I don't like it enough that I want to spend years there. Like, I don't want to live there. Vacationing, fine. Living, no. Okay, so what is it? Okay, nursing. I chose to do RN training. And then, let me find it. No, this is the wrong one. RN's on this one, I believe. Okay, yeah, so I chose to become an RN. Like, I'm going to study to become an RN, which is a registered nurse, which is basically, like, one of the top nurses in a hospital besides, like, surgical nurses and stuff like that. Those dogs are awful. I wonder if they're barking at Mouse. And then, because I think Ez is going to sign up for 6 years, that gives me, I can either do a 2-year course for RN or a 4-year course. So I can either get my ADN or my BSN for it, and then after that I'm going to, I think it's Branch? think it's called branch. I'm going to branch over, and then I'm going to become a nurse practitioner, which all it needs is a graduate's degree. Basically, that is, I will be working under a physician, and I'll be like, I mean, even if I don't like branch over, which I don't necessarily have to, because doctor's offices do hire RNs as well, because RNs do have higher than nurse practitioner. Like, we'd have higher skill set than a nurse practitioner. So I can also get hired as an RN. But after we have kids, I want to, or before we have kids, like before we like finally get ready to have kids, I want to start working as a nurse practitioner. Yes, that is a pay grade cut, but it gives me a little bit more time. I'll be working like 9 to 5, you know, or whatever the office opens. It's usually 3 they close, and like 8 in the morning that they open, usual doctor's offices. So I'd rather work in a doctor's office, a little bit slower pace. I will have a little bit more regular hours. That way I can raise my kids and stuff, our kids. My eye hurts. And hopefully everything goes to plan. Ezra is talking about joining, like, after the Air Force. I'll do nursing, obviously. He wants to do either Border Patrol, Pennsylvania State Police, or I believe he said FBI. I know that sounds weird to say, but honestly, it's less weird hearing him say FBI now that he's actually joining the military. He's in. Like, everything is so surreal now. Like, I didn't think any of this was gonna happen. So everything is definitely, whew. Also, I'm gonna tell you guys a funny thing. So I told you guys before I went and got a root canal done, and this is just the temporary filling that they're doing on it. I have to go back on the 10th to do the actual cap, like the actual cap on it. And the funny thing is, yesterday when Amadis, Ez, and I were staying in the car, because we got to the car a little bit early instead of like driving me to work so soon. Basically, we were sitting there, and I got a call from the dentist office, and they were talking to me, and it's one of the usual girls that I talk to, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Serena, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" I don't know this girl's name, but me and her are friendly. Like, I only know one of the people's names, and I'm like, you guys need to start wearing name tags if you want me to know by name. So she's asking me how I'm doing, and she was like, "Oh, I saw Tamara yesterday, or I saw Tamara today," and basically she was talking to me, and she said, when she's like, she asked Tamara if we had gotten married yet. I was like, no, I haven't gotten married, but I will bring pictures in on the 10th. It's funny that they all, like, they know about it. Like, you sitting there and you're talking about it, they're like, "Oh, nice ring on your finger." I'm like, "Yeah," and then like, okay. So now I'm gonna have to make sure I have lots of pictures. Also, his mother told me to print up a picture. I thought she said 8x10 picture. So I printed up an 8x10 picture. And that's not what she needed. She needed a 4x6 picture. You know the difference? Here's a 4x6. Here's an 8x10. So, I mean, I only got charged like $5 in all for all the prints I did, because I also did wallet pictures. So, I think that'll be all for today. I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully with new information. It'll be after the wedding. I know I wasn't gonna do one before the wedding, because I did one like 2 days ago or something, like 3 or 4 days ago. I don't know. I did one a couple days ago. Hi. So I did one a few days ago, and basically that's how that's going. I wasn't gonna do one so soon. I was gonna do one after the wedding, but I'm doing it now, so I will do one after the wedding. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I know he's got to meet this Thursday, so tomorrow with the recruiter to talk about his goals and stuff, his future goals, so on and so forth. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.